A lot of this motherfucker. Good morning. Let me give y'all a good word real quick. I already did one live, but it's only right that I give. Prayer will change your heart first before it changes your situation. Let's read that again. Prayer will change your heart first before it changes your situation. Prayer will change your heart first before it changes your situation. I'm gonna have to agree with that. That was really good because I feel that, prayer, prayer, and just like anything else in life is a conscious decision. So it definitely changes your heart before it changes the situation. That nothing like you praying and knowing what you praying about, baby. When you know what you're praying about, that's everything. Anyway, I digress. Let's talk about Nicki Minaj's little sister, because I have to talk about this. Nicki Minaj's little sister. Cardi B was in Houston, Texas last night, and Megan Thee Stallion popped out. And I ain't gonna lie, Megan Thee Stallion popped out looking good, wood, and shaking her ass and everything, showing everybody why her knees and shit good. And Megan Thee Stallion, motherfuckers, I ain't gonna hold you, she do be really rhyming, but Cardi B obviously brought Megan Thee Stallion out last night on her show, and not Nicki Minaj's sister party and sing rhyming bar for bar all of Cardi's lyrics. Then it don't end there. After the show, Cardi was at the after Cardi had an after party turning up, and Nicki Minaj's sister was actually like Cardi B was like in front of her, and she was talking to a guy, and she was clearly, you can tell by her facial expressions that someone was record. She knew someone was recording, and she kind of acknowledged Cardi by. You could tell she was like staring at her, like fanned out. You're in the regular nosebleed seats, rhyming her rhymes, and now you're in VIP. Now in the club, they'll let whoever in VIP, but Cardi obviously let her in her section, you know. But Cardi know what fucking promotion is, you know. She know how to promote herself. So Nicki Minaj's little sister, who looked just like Nicki Minaj, she had green hair on last night. Freaking Cardi know that was gonna get on social media, and that shit that would piss me the fuck off. My little sister, who looked just like me, partying at a person that I just beefed with about our children and shit online 6 months ago. We had more words, got in a fight in 2018. Like really your rap nemesis, because Nikki made it that way. And my little sister, who looked just like me, up in the VIP. Fuck the show, the VIP. But I want to know what Art Bar gonna do when Cardi come to Atlanta and bring everybody out in Atlanta, and fucking she want to go to the show bad, and then JT in New York, because in New York and in Atlanta, hopefully in Baltimore as well when I'm there. Hopefully Cardi do what she got to do and bring them hitters out there like she did with Megan Thee Stallion. That's a flex. I'm sorry. She brought Glorilla out. That's a flex. That's how I feel. Go ahead and like my video if you in here. Go ahead and give me that double tap of the screens. You know. Anyway, I'm a little bit. anteed up today because I, have some errands to run and moves to make. So I'm like in another county or whatever, some important things to take care of, on top of being inconvenienced by my HOA, which that is a whole nother story because literally $500 later, like I was telling everyone, I have a third car. So that third car, I noticed it on Saturday the 20. Saturday was like what, the 28th. So that's February 28th or whatever, the last day of Black History Month. This is what these motherfuckers want to do to me. And I'm a homeowner just like you, but you happen to live on a property, you fucking um, piece of shit, asshole face. You know, anyway, once I saw that green sticker, it was like a notice to they're going to remove the car on March the 2nd or whatever, which was what, that's 2 days. If the car, because the car is, if the car is unoperable or abandoned. Now the car appeared unoperable because two of the tires went flat, and then the third one went flat. So it was like, damn, not three flat tires. So it did appear inoperable. So I did what I had to do, and again, almost $1,000 later, by the time I go to Costco, get a new battery, because I thought the battery that I had in there, those have a core charge if you returned them back to Costco. Whoop de whoop de whoop, you know. So they were like, "Oh, it's out of warranty. It just got out of warranty, but a new one costs $194 or whatever." So boom, bought a new battery. Start driving the car. Drove the car the whole weekend, but the car needs brakes and rotors, and I'm like, "Damn, I'm not gonna put all that money." I just put tires. That the tires was like 400. Okay, that was a discount. So the car, ripped the green sticker off. The car is operable. But I don't know. I have a, discernment about myself because I'm blessed. And I felt like they're going to still tow this car. And guess what? We got some snow, I guess, on what? I don't know. What day did we get snow this week? Like Monday, Tuesday, Monday. So that covered the windshield. I'm walking my dogs on that day that we got a little bit of snow. I guess I'm walking my dogs on Tuesday morning, and I see that it appears. I'm like, just see that maybe my car not there. My dogs see the car every time we walk. 'Cause they know that that's my car. 'Cause that's my car. So I was like, all right, let me just go in the house, and I updated my offer up. So I had people hitting me up for the car or whatever. Because I'm like, okay, I lowered the price substantially. So I'm like, okay, I'm selling the car. So I had a guy say, hey, can you FaceTime me? I really want to get the car. Here's my number. So I said, yeah, I can do that. I said, usually I just go straight to work when I'm driving another vehicle. But I said, today I will go and, call you when I'm out to see the car in the morning before I go off to work. I left out a little bit early, around 6:30 a.m. So anyway, I go to turn to where my car was parked and it's missing. I don't see it. I'm like, hold on, wait. I know my car was there. I moved it from the spot where, the green sticker was there where the tow company said, blah, 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 because whatever. Anyway, long story short, they towed my car. Like, the tow company. So I'm like, wow, they didn't have any right to tow it because I already did everything to bring it up to standard to show it is operable, it's not abandoned, it's registered, everything, operable car. You can't drop three cars at once, right? Anyway, long story short, I have a whole situation with the tow company guy because I'm already familiar with him. But I'm a firm believer if you tow somebody's car and they're at my house, they're my company. Guess what? If they're parked wrong, I'm for the purpose of it. Yeah, I'm still gonna cuss you out, but I'm all for that because they were wrong. I was wrong. Homeowner. You pay that fee, you make sure they don't do that again, right? So it was none of that. So I'm me and the tow truck guy. He's like, I didn't tow your car, it was the guy before me, but I don't see why they towed your car. He's telling me this, and I'm like, what? Anyway, I'm like, okay. I had the keys to it, so I'm like, fine, I'll go in here and get it since you said that. I go in to back the car out. He closed the gate on me, and I go crazy or whatever. But I leave the car. At this point, the car is like right in front of the gate, blocking. Mind you, he's in the tow. He's in the tow truck. He has um, a car on the back of his tow truck, and like cars parked behind him. People walking up, getting their vehicles that were towed that night. So I walked up, but I drove my truck to go get my other car. I know that sounds stupid. Why would I do that? Because how would I retrieve it? But I parked it a little bit away because I had plans to jump in it and whip that other car out of that tow truck place. But he closed the fence on me, so I couldn't. He's like, no, I need that money, even though I don't see blah blah blah. I need that money. So I'm like, what? Anyway, I said I called the cops because I didn't. I was like, oh, I feel a situation brewing. So I called the cops because I didn't want something to happen. You know, those in my area, them ghetto ass tow truck drivers have their guns on them just like I would do, you know. So I didn't want a bigger situation than what it had to. So I know better. I don't need the 911 to tell me don't approach the tow truck, don't make the situation bigger. Go back to your car. What are you driving? So I can know to tell the officer what to look for. Whoop de whoop. So I'm waiting for the cop. They come like an hour and a half later. I didn't wait that long. By then I already AI shit, called the nearest sheriff station, and the sheriff answered all the questions I needed for me. But you know, he took the long way around, and he was like, the end result was you could leave your car and then go to the Department of Environment, file a showcase hearing, blah 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 blah. You're gonna eventually get your money back, but it's a process. Or you could just, I would say, pay the money, get your car, and still do all that stuff. So I bit the bullet, drove home. He was like, I told the guy, I said, you know what? I'm driving home to get an Uber to come back, but you know, you real fucked up. You understand? And he was like, okay, but move your car out front of the fence before you leave. And I said, absolutely not. I am not moving my motherfucking car out of the gate because I was trying to leave, but he had an automatic gate, so he pressed the button to close it. So my car was still blocking that. And I said, no, you wasted my time. I'm gonna waste your time this morning as well. Because I had to call out. I work 10-hour days, so that's 10 hours PTO. So I'm like, oh no, motherfucker. Words, I'm gonna have to dig in to get my words. So I catch an Uber XL, you know, and go back home, go back there to retrieve my car, pay him the money. You know, I said mean things like when he took my credit card, I told him I was going to put a root on him and all that, but I that. All God. But I said that because I was trying to use words to hurt. And at the end of the day, God controlled all of that. But I shouldn't have said, yo, I'm going to put a black magic spell on you for touching my card. That's just all I need from you because I was just trying to get him mad because that's all I could do, right? Trying to use my words. So anyway, he said I told him everything because while I was in the Uber, I googled everything. I knew everything I had to do. Go here, report this, do this, get the investigator on it. So I was in the process. So I wanted to throw that at him as well. And I'm going to, Department of Environment, and I'm filing a part because tow truck companies also have a boss, right? So I found out who their boss is. Now I have a direct number if anyone ever want to get with me that's from PG or Maryland area. I can help you and be your liaison to get your money back from a tow truck place they incorrectly or told your car because they wanted to, not no reason. You understand what I'm saying? So it has to be legit, like mine. So he says, well, before you do that, I think you need to talk to the guy who live on your property. That's the HOA guy first. He's your neighbor. And I'm like, the guy that live with my, I'm like, fuck what you're talking about. He said, no, for real. He was trying to break bread with me. Like, no, for real. I know you feel like I'm just doing my job, but I'm really telling you, the guy that live on the property, you know, is saying, he said, if you go and park your car there right now, I would go back and tow it again because the guy on the property gave us the permission because he's like the director. I find out he's saying to take that car every time we see it, and I'm like, huh? What the fuck? I said, you lying. So I said, okay, whatever. I'm gonna okay. This direct. Who is this? My neighbor? They said he gonna have to see me. So I literally had to find his information. So I, go to the main website, log in. I didn't realize that we had a community login. So I had an email already established. I guess they established one through whatever. And I did a password reset, get on the community thing, see all the HOA executives, directors, and realize that what the fuck? I know these motherfuckers in my neighborhood. These is like a gay married couple that actually I shared my dog setter with them fucking two humpity, two dookie stick bitches, right? So I put you like for real, because my dog is a beagle, part beagle. So when their dog was a puppy, she saw the puppy and liked it. So, like, we talked just off of neighbors. So I'm like, what the fuck? This who did this to me? A bitch I know? You understand? Like, okay, back this up. Whoa, 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 whoa. So these are people who know I get up every day just like them. They're like one's a lawyer and one's a cocksucker, whatever. You understand? At the end of the day, you feel me? Somebody wake up and don't see their car there. We don't care what they do for a living. At that point, you are who you need to be because y'all know how it is if you had a car towed. And now my HOA is in this situation because the guy lived in the property in the same houses complex as me, right in front of me, my neighbor. His name is Rob. Rob from Metro Point Landover. I'm gonna drag him. Like I started a community group for people who have HOA issues on Facebook. You feel me? Like because he immediately was answering me like a robot. So I finally reached this fucking uh punk PONK. I finally touched base with him, and literally I can't get none of my words out right on because no one will give me a number. They said I can get his email. So through email, if I read the email thread back to you guys, how he was answering, obviously professionally, but like a robot. Sorry that happened to you. Blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, I'm asking, some answers about because I'm being told you, you nigga, or not nigga, or Dominican bitch, whatever you are, SA, wetback bitch, you, what you feel me, had happened. Like play on somebody else's motherfucking time, nigga. You feel me? So I think it was a shock once I started sending emails and he saw and you obviously you have to give your home address and he was like, damn, that's the guy who lived in the front. Like I am familiar with him, but just don't know him because he don't make any noise. I'm not a squeaky fucking wheel until I have to be. Just like a friend, motherfucker. You a friend until you not, right? I don't like but I'm not on mad day. I don't like friends. I'm not the type of friend that on mad day. I'm exposing everything. Never that. You feel me? Because I can't stand someone like that. So That's not what I mean. I'm a friend until I'm not. I'm a friend until you cross me, and then once you cross me, I'm not your fucking friend. You feel me? But it have to be on some real shit. Everything deserves a conversation. Here's how I roll now that I'm older. Everyone deserves a conversation before you hold a grudge. You feel me? A conversation before a grudge. That's how I roll. You feel me? Anyway, after 11 messages, because I'm dragging him, but I'm trying to do it as I'm talking in my ebonics on the email. I'm asking AI to rewrite it, but don't leave out the ebonics, make it professional, but rewrite it, and please don't change the sir, ma'am, and all that. I know it's grammatically wrong, but don't change it because I want that to stay. But tighten it up for me. But I still need you to say we're gonna start out grammatically wrong every time. Look, let me tell you, and sir, ma'am, whatever you want to be addressed, they, any and everything inappropriately. So he's like, oh my God, I feel like I'm being harassed by you. So I'm like, oh, harassed. I said, if you want to be harassed, drop a phone number and let me show you harassment. So he's like, I will handle every situation, but this situation, I will investigate and I will tell you I will get back to you. But any other situations, I am open to address with you. Why did he say that? Again, I'm your friend until I'm not. I'm a squeaky wheel when for both. So it's my home, it's my investment. So the whole neighborhood was cleaned for the ice storm except for my front row, the very front row. And I guess they assumed that the front row people were all professional school teachers, cops, so they don't complain. And no one uses their front door except for me and another neighbor because we have dogs, but they live on a further end. So they really, and I think they let their dogs use the bathroom in the garage. Either way, I use the front gate. I use my front door that's closer to the highway. It's a big opening that another car hit the front, so accident or whatever. So it's a big opening, and the metro is right there. So people use that opening for an alleyway now. They the HOA, so I addressed that, and he said, "Oh, I might be sharing too much information, but it's the other people's insurance company will not fix it, blah blah blah." And I lost my shit. Excuse me, you're telling me that you're waiting for money instead of just saying, okay, we're gonna pay it, and then let the insurance company pay us back after lawyers and said done. They're saying, nope, we're just not gonna fix it. Just not gonna fix it. Fuck your safety. Fuck everything. We're just not gonna fix it. Thank you very kindly. And I fell 4 times because they never cleared the ice at all, only up to where he lived. HOA nuisance. That's the director. When I made the complaint and I called the place that managed them now, and I'm like, can I talk to your boss? Because the young lady sounds promising on the operator, and she's like, hey, I'll have someone call you. Okay, I'm taking the message. She's writing it down. And then I get a message back. Oh, sorry. It's it stops here because he's the director. I said, well, who's his boss? He is the director. He don't have a boss. Oh yeah, he do. It's called the state's attorney, whatever states. Like you go to the website, I'm gonna give y'all all the information on that too. Because baby, it's just called. You got to do your due diligence and do the leg work, but it's a pain in the ass. But complaints are being made. I just need the address, and I'm gonna get out of their way. Thank you very kindly. Give me your address, so because when you're making these complaints through your state's Maryland state, let me speak on that one, state's attorney or whatever it's called, but it is a government website, but it's like the state's attorney, state's general, but you can put customer complaints, healthcare complaints, all shit. You can submit it online, whatever. I pre-filled the information out, I had to print it off and refill it out. But either way, I'm ready to go online and do it and hit the submit button. That's all I need is their address because I want a good address, like the address that you need when you're writing, when you're creating a paper trail and you're sending complaints. Anyway, y'all have a good day on purpose. Hopefully, you run my live back and listen to it because homeowners beware. You feel me? These HOAs were built on like the KKK putting their foot on black people, black homeowners' necks. So let's do our history. Let's do our research. Do your research. I'm gonna do mine too, so I can get it right because I have the platform. So I'm gonna get back to y'all and let y'all know what HOAs are built on. You feel me? But in the meantime, they are not your friend. Just like your coworkers, they are not your friends. And y'all have a good day on purpose. Peace.